Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Black Mirror. So I had to look at the walkthrough and it seems that a kind of direct investigation part of the death of the person who brought us here, an element towards that has been missed. I suppose it's really just because it's a pixel hunt thing. I'm supposed to look at this fence, then I'm supposed to go talk to Bates, and then more things are going to come about from that. And until I do that, until I kind of accomplish everything, we can't move the story forward. So let's look at the fence.
This is the place where William took his last breath. I won't leave before I find out the truth.
And you can hear the music played, so that was even an important indicator. However, that also kind of means that anywhere in this game where we've seen nothing, there might be something. And the pixel hunting is not going to be fun. And you can't really fix pixel hunting, regardless of the resolution of a game. Unless you go for super simplistic and the smallest object is as small as like an eighth of the screen, it's still very easy to overlook things or just not realize that's what you're supposed to be clicking on. There's tons of things like in this room that you could click on. But now I should be back on the path.
I would like to ask you about something.
Certainly, sir.
And so this probably means I could ask multiple people about the place of William's death too. So we're actually on the path of investigating the death now.
Bates, this might seem strange to you, but I would like to see the exact spot where William died.
Oh, but why, sir?
I have my reasons.
Oh, well. Follow me if you insist.
This is really ridiculous because we've played for probably about 2.5 hours now.
Awful thing happened.
And
Please, just do not ask me to describe it to you.
this action is totally different.
And I would not want.
No, that's all right, Bates.
Why all of this then, sir?
I can feel something is not right. I just don't know what. Have you found anything unusual around here?
No. Maybe just. We noticed a strange spot under the tower window. Right there. No one knows where it came from. If you would allow me, sir, I'd rather go now.
Certainly. I knew Bates wouldn't understand why I was doing this. Something tells me things aren't quite as they seem.
So, like, without that action of looking at the fence first, I couldn't have that conversation. And that's just terrible quality assurance, honestly. If they had just taken out that trigger and you started your conversation with Bates the first time you even saw him or talked to him, it would work so much better to get you down a path and get you down to actually investigating. All I've been doing for 2.5 hours is wandering around and barely getting any information at all. And that's a symbol, and we've seen symbols before, so maybe this symbol corresponds to the symbols on the floor.
It looks like a symbol of some sort, or a sign. I should put this down somehow.
So he means write it down or take a picture of it. We've seen a camera. We've been able to interact with the camera before multiple times, so we know that that's going to happen. Like I said, as soon as I read a walkthrough, I'm going to read it at least subconsciously, if not consciously in this case. I'm going to read at least a few steps ahead. It would make very little sense for me to read a walkthrough figure out there's one action I'm supposed to do, and then get stuck after that single action. Of course, I've read up to that point too, so there was a point apparently I was supposed to see a photo in this photo book, but didn't trigger that. So that then only makes sense that we'll trigger it later, hopefully.
It should still work. There's no film in it, and my old films are useless.
So, who would have film? Well, guess I didn't read enough ahead into the walkthrough, because clearly there's a need for more film. Let's ask people for film.
Do you need anything, Samuel?
I would like to ask about something.
I bet he might have film.
I need film for my camera. Do you know where I can get some?
Well, perhaps down in Willow Creek. But hold on, I think I may have a couple of rows myself. They should probably still be usable.
Can you give me one?
I would be happy to, but I put them in the attic with some other old things. It is in my chest. That's the one right round the corner. You'll have no problem finding it.
Thank you. I'll go pick it up.
Sure. Take all the film you need. I have no use for it.
Okay, so we now know who's locked the chest in the attic. Now we just need a key.
I went to the attic to get that film, but your chest is locked. May I borrow your key?
Locked? Oh, I have entirely forgotten about that. Sorry. Here's the key.
That's a clear example. He has the key on him for an old chest. Interesting. But,
Thank you. I'll bring it back.
perfect example
Use it so infrequently.
of a video game just wasting the player's time.
You go now.
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
And there's no real justification to have things locked and have this system where he won't pick up things until he knows a reason to have those things. It's always different when you play a game for the first time versus playing a point-and-click adventure in particular for a second time. Because when I played Broken Sword, when I played Monkey Island, I played all those games. I knew the solutions. I can't forget all of it. It just comes flooding back. I've never played this game before, and boy, is it a lot more struggle, a lot more wandering around. But this one is particularly cryptic also.
Hopefully, it's going to work.
What's the point of the film, by the way?
I'm out of practice, but I guess the film is installed properly.
Like, this is old school film, so unless there is a developer's solution and darkroom to develop the film, all I'm gonna do is take a picture of it. So then you're in this weird position where maybe just the flash of the flash bulb, which probably not even flash if it's a 12-year-old camera, maybe that will react with the symbol. Again, crossing the imaginary fourth wall when you walk down that hallway. These are really bright lights. So if they're gas run, they're just burning gas like crazy. I don't like the idea of half of a dog carved out of the column of of a post. Seems kind of ridiculous. But I imagine it's to match the picture of the evil looking guy with two dogs on his sides.
All I need to do now is have the film developed. But where do I get it developed?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, oh, we've accomplished so much, haven't we? And camera with film in it. Like, yeah, I don't like the dogs like that at all. And Bates is not even in here. So, and we can talk to the Herman, but I imagine it's
Herman promised that
Robert.
his delivery boy would bring William's parcel to the main gate at exactly 7 o'clock. I have to be there on time.
And I have this question in my head if maybe I need to take photos of other things. Like, if I do need to take photos of other things, it would be some pretty limited things. There's really only 2 photos in this, paintings in this game that seem to matter. The 2 brothers who fought each other. And doesn't seem like there's even an interaction. And then there's a column here and a column there. So if this is 2 dogs on the sides, if we twist the camera angle again, there should be something on either side. At the column up there was some snakes, and we don't see that. Talk to Robert. Wow, this investigation has gotten nowhere.
I need to speak with you, Robert.
Let's ask about... We give him the key back.
Here's your key back, Robert.
Just to get rid of it, I guess.
Thanks. Have you found what you needed?
Yes, I have. Robert, do you know where I can get that film you gave me developed?
I only know of Murray in Willow Creek. I go to him myself when I need some pictures developed. He has a dark room in his pawn shop. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I remember that shop.
Try him.
I guess I should go there. I must go now.
Right then. I'll return to my work.
So, his ending default response of "I must go now" sounds like we're supposed to actually go there. However, there's no leaving this place still, I bet. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't even leave this place.
I don't know what to look for around the manor anyway. No letter.
So we just have to kind of hope, I guess, that somebody else knows how to develop film. Some of the new people. camera with the picture. This is another painting that seems important, but doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, we're kind of right back to where we started. So if it's not the gardener, then it's probably best to just walk in the house as quickly as possible. It can't be Bates because Bates isn't even around. So maybe we could talk to Victoria, maybe she knows. Or maybe Bates is in the kitchen now.
I'll leave her alone now.
The good news is it doesn't seem like this game actually has an internal clock and is waiting for me to play the game exactly at 7 o'clock. And 7 o'clock, I assume, meant 7 p.m., but I guess you could have easily meant a.m. or could work both times. But I'm hoping that's not the case. Alright, Bates is in a different position, which tells me something's here. Man, that frame rate is slow.
Anything, sir?
Not really. I was just passing by.
Seriously? No, I want to talk to you.
Do you need anything, sir?
Not really. I was just passing by.
Oh, this is silly.
I haven't any reason to go into the cellar.
And there's nothing else here. And it's easier to do this. Go back here. Walk here. And then go to the stables. But even using the map, it's not a very central location. Can't I send one of these people to the store and have the film developed for me? I bet I can, and that's how it's going to be done. None of these characters have given any indication that they develop film or shoot film.
I'll leave him to his work.
So what have I missed? I mean, it really is just going to be right back to the walkthrough. Maybe he did give 1897 wine to him as a clue. None of this really looks like developing fluid. So I can't talk to Morris. I can't talk to Bates. I can't talk to Victoria. I can't talk to Roberts.
I already took a picture of this. Now it works as it should.
And are we sure that maybe there is, like, Willow Creek, it makes sense that we would be able to leave and go to it now. Shrubs. That's new.
The castle is literally surrounded by bushes.
But I don't have anything to do with the shrubs. This was one scene where we really didn't accomplish anything. And this is another scene where it seemed at least it was a middle area with nothing in it, but maybe there is some pixel hunt. It has been an incredibly long amount of gameplay just trying to get into this tower. And it seems really silly to have to take a picture when... Window. Interesting.
The window of my room.
So the window of your room. Main entrance. That puts his room in a rather different place than where I would have thought it would have been. I would have thought his room would have been facing the interior, not the exterior. Or facing maybe the back side. This is rather pathetic. It really is. How can... I guess the competition is just not very high for Czech games. There just isn't that many. Because if this is the best-selling Czech game ever, what am I missing? It seems like I'm missing quite a lot. We told him to clean this.
Its water used to be crystal clear.
And are we supposed to put the coin in this? Nope, doesn't work. Every room is suspect. Is there some small thing I've missed? Unless I'm supposed to just put the thing in the fireplace. I thought I saw something over here that you could interact with, but maybe I didn't. Fireplace is still interactable. These symbols are not. And Herman, we can't talk to.
That his delivery boy would bring William's parcel to the main gate at exactly 7 o'clock. I have to be there on time.
Unless it's that statue. That statue does seem like it's kind of was strangely mentioned and then forgotten. Clock. And we've exhausted so many different things. And still we haven't accomplished anything. And I want to give it the old college try. I don't want to just have to cheat over and over again, but at this point the game itself needs a tip system. It needs something that would fully tell you, okay, go up here, do this, talk to this person, because you're clearly not getting it. There's still, it seems, nothing you can do with that. And then I don't like how I have to go back and then choose the other drawer. And I don't like the idea of you're not going to develop the old film while you're at it. That seems kind of silly. And unless you were going to soak the basin and the camera in that and try to develop the film yourself in this dark room, I guess your window is over here on the right side. You can't use the bed. Maybe I could make a dark room on this room, but you can't even walk in there anymore. Let's talk to Robert.
I have no idea what we can speak about.
So I've like talked to everybody.
Is in the common room.
Is this something as simple as I just need to go to the butler and make the butler develop it and have it developed for us? Is he just such a overprivileged person that you can't solve the puzzle unless you think like that? Let's see. Nope.
Do you need anything, sir?
Not really. I was just passing by.
Oh, this is rather frustrating. And there's nothing else on the map, right? Let's just double check. This in the mailbox? No.
Now it works as it should.
Is there something in this scene that I'm not seeing? Is there something else in this scene? Like, the whole point of seeing blood in the grinder didn't make a lot of sense. The scares are short and unconnected so far. I really do feel like I'm just ruining this game. I'm just having a horrible experience with it, and people are probably yelling at me left and right. It's probably something incredibly obvious and super easy to figure out. And it'll always be the last place you look.
Don't know what we could talk about.
Seems like he leaves unattended leaf burning piles all over the place. He's practically begging the entire manor to be burnt in a fire. doesn't even seem to take it to a specific place to burn it. He just seems to make your general... See, this tree, if it wasn't so twisted, might be a way to climb up it there. And that would make some sense in the past. But we have to get to the past. And I can't get anywhere. Clearly there's something with the shrubs, too.
I'll have a closer look.
Oh.
Something got stuck between the branches of the shrub. What could it be?
And it is a strange
Whatever
object.
it seems incomplete.
Okay, well, this doesn't fully seem like anything. I would guess it probably interacts with the statue. But I still kind of need to go look at the walkthrough a little bit more. Because otherwise, just next recording, I'm going to take one more step and be lost. This game is not smooth in its progress. When you're allowing the player to be so far off track that they just don't even have a clue. Didn't even start. I wasn't even in the right stadium. I am so off track on this game. There's just a poor education of the player. Poor effort here to bring the player along. Look at something like Portal or Portal 2, where the player has to do exactly what the game wants you to do. Maybe in a few places, if the player's really smart, they can cheat it a little bit, but for the most part, it is a to B to C to D all the way to Z game. This, on the other hand, has every letter of the alphabet jumbled on a map, and you can just go anywhere and do anything, and finding that viewpoint amongst all the other letters in the alphabet is really, really difficult. If any of that makes sense. It's just a mess. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.